Pot TV.
Good afternoon, Pot TV. I think it works.
British. I think it works. Hey, welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, and we're from under the seed desk. The whole crew's here. I'm Marijuana Man. Al's down on the corner.
What the fuck's going on, everybody?
Finally, we found him. Fucking took weeks to find him.
I was outside. I was on the deck.
Yeah.
That's a lot. We didn't even think to look there.
Sorry, guys. It was sunny. I had some weed. It was like, I don't know.
So, we're
fun.
thrilled that
Sublimator
he's
was
back.
there.
What? I like to hold it. Can I just hold
Holy, I just noticed
And,
something.
of course,
Kush Queen has her own mic.
she
Hi.
does. Oh,
I'm
yes.
so happy.
it? Are you proud of me?
The
Kush
evolution
Queen in
has
between.
Hola, hola.
And we're all back in the house. We missed a show last week because I was from under the weather.
Same.
Wasn't feeling too good. There's been a ravaging fucking cold running through the ranks here, and everyone's had it and getting it and gonna get it. So
Seems to be a global
Glad-
epidemic.
glad to be back. And joining us as always on camera left, as I like to call it, is Rose and Jeremiah. Now, we had some budget cuts this week. We don't have any mics for them. Yeah. Yeah, it's always the camera left people are
Did,
first to go.
So you guys had to fire all the mics?
Every mic that was
Steves,
here is
all the
gone.
Steves, all the
Yeah, especially the
Oh,
Steves.
my.
We had to go too.
all the Bobs went.
Yeah.
What about the lemurs?
No, they're still here.
Yeah, they're good.
Sorry for the spike in. I was just excited because I like fucking lemurs. Whatever. I don't like fucking lemurs. I just like lemurs. They're fucking cool.
Okay, well, let's.
I said I like fucking lemurs, but somebody was like, people could like. Instantly, people could take that like the wrong way, so I
They
have
could
to just, I
take
have
that
to just
the wrong
stop
way.
that instantly. You know, it's just boom.
I think you were the bigger man there.
The lemurs, of course, will take it anyway. They don't care. But let's move
Actually,
on
I saw
to,
one in Amsterdam.
For real?
Oh, yeah, there's shapeshifters out there. Turn into a lemur right in front of
Wow.
you. Hey? Everywhere. Reptilians? I don't think so.
There's
Lemurs
reptilians in
are-
Amsterdam. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
So let's see who's in the chat. You guys been waiting for a couple weeks in there. Dubes in the house, Green Supreme, Canadian Giant.
Toes.
Holy smokes!
A
What's happening,
yellow
guys?
name. There's a yellow name going by.
A
That's
yellow
not
name.
that's not an
Vin
easy
Sour
thing to
Diesel.
read. Clam toes. Oh, I already said that.
I said
Clam
that
toes.
already.
Good to see you. Well, yeah, Vin Sour Diesel. That's pretty funny, actually. That brings me to the theme of this week's show, actually.
Oh yeah.
I called it "This Ain't Your Mama's Weed," or is it? I'll wait for a response.
My mama doesn't smoke. weed.
No, this past
I
week
tried.
I've been, ever since I got back on the seed desk, it's
I have a
been
cold.
a number of years since we were raided and we weren't able to sell
So
seeds.
special.
And now that I'm back, I'm looking at a catalog of all of the newest strains that are out there and learning about those and to give me the ability to sell them to people. But a little surprising when I get down to looking at what these things actually are. And I got to say, 90% of all the strains that are out there in the marketplace right now are skunk number 1. And
Yep.
the rest of them are skunk number 1 times Afghani. That's it. That's all. Pick a strain. I was just blown away. Cheese. You want to pick a strain? Cheese. Big Buddha. Met the guy. Become famous with his strain, the cheese. The cheese is actually just a cut and a pheno of skunk number 1 that he crossed with Afghani. That's what cheese is.
Something the other day.
Oh, yeah. I'm stunned, actually. The only other genetics that actually exist in the gene pool is haze and a
Yep.
little bit of Thai. That's all people are using. So I went back and took a look at Neville, who was the very first guy to ever sell seeds, and he was the one that brought the original hybrids to the world. And this is like back in the late 80s. And his catalog was comprised of exactly what people are growing now, without any deviation to that, really. They started with Northern Lights. He had... he didn't get haze for another year, but there was Northern Lights, Skunk #1 that came out of Sacred Seeds, the Afghani that came out of Sacred Seeds. Then Neville himself went to Mazari Sharif, collected his own seeds, and off they went. There was a couple others, like Early Pearl, Early Girl, and California Orange, where these were all the hybrids that came out of the United States after the big raid that took place at that time. So everybody grabbed their genetics and off they went to Amsterdam. How they got there, we probably know. But at any rate, Neville ended up with these things, and he was the guy who took those. He would take the Northern Lights and cross it with the skunk. He crossed it with the Afghani. He crossed it with everything, right? Seeing what he could get out of it, and then he pretty much brought Hayes, G13, and Hash Blend into the mix the next year, making the legendary Northern Lights Hayes cross. That's it. That's all. Hasn't changed since then.
Well, when you're working with like back then, a skunk would have been a Landrace hybrid, right? So there was Mexican, there was Indian, and there was Afghani and skunk genetics. So when you cross that to an Afghani, in your F2 cross, in 1 kilo of seeds, you'll have all of the parentage. So you have the line of the Mexican, you'll have the line of the Indian, you'll have the line of the Afghanis.
Yes.
With that, it opens up a huge window for breeding. So there's literally hundreds of thousands of phenotypes, millions of phenotypes, really, like when you get down to it.
Uncountable numbers, probably.
Each one of them dictated by their environment. So.
Oh, it's stunning, the nuances that they've brought out of it all, and that's. But it really ends up to me being if marijuana is like a tulip, right? Breeders have really only made different colored tulips. They haven't made any new tulips. And it actually surprises me a little bit. I think that was certainly going to change. There's great African genetics that have come out into the world that are going to change things a lot. But I would suggest
Angola Roja right here and some Congolese right here. Speaking of African genetics,
2 premier strains of sativa that
you're
are
smoking some
change
Sasquatch,
the world.
which is the accidental haze crossed to a Burmese.
That's good.
So yeah, anybody wants to do any serious breeding, critical mass, sweeping Europe. Everybody's growing
Huge.
it. Skunk #1 times Afghani.
Yep.
Hey, brand new from Shanti Baba, who fucking probably made it the first time with Neville. But they've introduced it again as critical mass, right? So those are the best 2 things to buy. Skunk #1, Afghani. Away you go. Get some haze, off you go. The rest of the pool is really that Jack Herrera genetics, right? If there's any sativa in the mix, right?
The Jack genetics are it's just the haze line.
Yeah, they just breed into the haze line. So that's the real building blocks of what we're able to get a hold of now. So, I don't know. OG Kush, what the fuck? Right?
Skunk Afghani.
Yeah, Chem Dog.
Skunk Afghani.
So, it's
well,
wondrous.
So some of them have Pakistani side in there as well.
Well, it's always been the choice of the breeder, too, depending on what they found and what they chose to work with, right? Like Subcool, who worked a lot with Jack Herrera genetics, could have at any time in the whole process gone more Northern Lights or more skunk or more haze, and so nobody really knows that, right? So I don't know, when we talk about how much we've manipulated marijuana over the years, I'm not too sure that we have.
No, we
Like we've
figured
just
out a
only
way to
mixed this around and around.
we just figured out a clever way to inbreed.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, the opponents of marijuana would suggest that how much, very much stronger it's become, but I don't see the breeders actually breeding for that. In the long run, most of these people are bred for speed and yield indoor because we've been forced to do it in a small space under fucking guns pointed at us. So we didn't always go to, I don't know, what I would consider to be stronger would be the sativa side of the family comparatively. But they didn't breed towards that for years and years and years because nobody could, they couldn't handle doing it. But, so, a little surprised by that, but very interesting in my mind. Sorry to deviate from stuff, but you're going to learn shit here one of these days. Hey?
Today's the day.
I got it
Today
all
is
on.
the day.
Yeah.
I'm phoning in the show today. Oh, no, wait. I got the show in my phone today.
Same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Same, but different.
So, you can look all this stuff up that I'm talking about. Check into Neville. There's some pretty good articles, and you can see pictures of his very first catalogs, what he started with, and off you go from there. And I find it quite fascinating. Well, they're passing joints behind my back.
Oh, the disgruntled look. Uh-oh.
So I don't know, all sorts of stuff's going on. I want to thank Mr. Cookie for coming down and relieving me at the seed desk so we could actually
Cookie.
do this.
Thank you.
And do look in on our webpage at vancouverseedbank.ca and check out all the wondrous strains that you can grow indoor and outdoor. And if you get a chance, come on down and we can talk about it live here every day. Somebody is. And we're thrilled to have Al back. Where the fuck have you been?
It's good to be back. Well, we were on tour. Sublimator went to Europe and just really fucking kicked ass out there. We pushed the envelope in Rome. It's very illegal, cannabis in Rome, and we were at the first cannabis trade show there. It was what the hell was it? La Fiera Canapa Mundi, and
what's that? Is that the name of the expo?
Yeah, that was the expo, and we found a loophole in allowing people to use their cannabis. In Italy, they've passed just over 250 patients for medical use. Us as foreign citizens have no jurisdiction to ask their citizens for documentation of their illness. So we just had to take it upon their word that they had medical documentation when we asked.
That's
All
hilarious.
we would say was, we assume you have medical documentation. And people would nod yes, and they could pull out their weed and get high as high can be.
That's fabulous.
It was really it was a great interaction because we proved a model, I think, between the security, the police force who was communicating with security, and the citizens, and it really it went off without a hitch, and everybody had fun, and it was a good time. And then we went to Canary Islands, which was fucking amazing. I've got a lot of love.
Let's stay in Rome for a second.
What about Rome? I didn't like Rome. I don't want to stay in Rome.
No, you didn't like it?
No, it was very oppressive.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, the Romans certainly aren't known as being oppressors.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It was pretty
You
oppressive.
were in the city proper?
Yep. We were in the city proper, and there's a lot of old shit everywhere in Rome. A lot of the old shit they make you stand in line to pay a lot of money to go in and see.
Oh, yeah.
So
you didn't go to see any of the old shit?
Yeah, we saw a lot of the old shit, but I don't know. Standing outside the old shit was just as good.
Did you go to Vatican City?
I had Yeah, I had a bit of a seizure at the Vatican. We took some pictures of the sublimator around Rome at various monuments.
That's a good idea.
And the Vatican police kind of took a shine to us, followed us around for a little bit, and then we got followed by secret security and all kinds of stuff, well over a kilometer away from the Vatican,
Wow.
which was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, they were fine. Just wanted to they wanted to have some fun vicariously through us. So that's what I think. Yeah, I don't know. It was a
Vatican
good time.
Police,
Canary
that's
Islands
cool.
was awesome. It's kind of like Spanish Jamaica.
Wow.
Yes, I'm envious. I want to go there
Beautiful.
now.
There's wild aloe vera and cactus everywhere.
Yeah.
Really, really good people. Beautiful seafood.
A great place to grow marijuana.
Yeah. Had some really good cannabis experiences there. And then that brought us to Barcelona, where we were doing.
Well, aren't the Canary Islands named after a small yellow dog?
No, it's named after a big dog.
Big dog,
Generally
yeah.
brindle and full of wrinkles and stuff.
Yeah.
Presa Canario.
It's not canary bird, it's dog.
Yeah.
Canara.
Canarias.
Canarias. Yeah, first guy I went there, actually, he wrote about seeing big dogs. That's
Sleeping
how it
dogs.
started.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah. So, see, you learned more stuff that you didn't
Yeah.
think you were going to learn.
So yeah, and then we went to where did we go? We went to Barcelona after that, where we had a lot of fucking fun at Spanibus.
Spanibus was big and
Spanibus was huge, and
Went very well, I heard.
Sublimator placed first for best product.
yes, congratulations.
Congratulations on that.
Which was a really, really big honor. We got Enrico in the house here, and we have a really good friend of ours that's up from Washington, Jonah Tacoma from Dabstar Crew, who helped us promote extensively in Spain and really was, I think, instrumental in gathering crowds in front of our booth and just getting people really fucking hyped up.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, Jonah! Why don't you come over here and say a couple words?
Yeah, we got Jonah here from Dabstar,
All right. Here, come on.
all the way from Washington.
Who you are, what you do.
Oh, I get to sit next to the pretty girl.
You do.
How's it going?
Good, how are you guys?
We're doing real good. So, welcome to our little fun frolic.
I'm like her. I'll just hold it.
So, what are you doing? What are you up to?
You know what? I own Dabstars, and it's kind of evolved into a lifestyle brand. It originated as a way of recognizing people that had kind of attained a can of fame within the industry. We'd have them hold up the Dabstar, and we'd do a little paragraph on why they were cool. And it kind of went viral from there.
So, are you handing out dabs?
Of course. I see you have the sublimator over there. I'm watching everyone roll weed up, and yeah.
Sublimator.
He's over there doing dabs by the minute.
Wow. Okay, me first.
See, we really believe that dabs are the evolution of cannabis. We've taken something that tops out at 30% THC and made it a little bit better.
Oh, that's off.
Did it go off?
Yeah, we got a bad monkey here.
Sad face.
Say bad monkey.
Bad monkey.
Alright.
There's a
Fucking
soundbite
timer.
for you guys.
That's what I say.
Oh, it's
It should yell my name out and say, "Look, Greg, in 2 minutes, this is fucking going off." Hey, Greg. That's what it should say. 2 minutes.
Happy 420.
Happy
It's
420.
420. It's,
I have a combustible device. Do we have like a joint or something?
We'll get one. So you've been traveling around all over the world, have you?
Yeah, you know what? We did it without any money in the beginning. We all slept in one hotel room, and we just started covering cups. So we were honored to get some sponsors and be able to do it the right way. And now we're going international with Sublimator this year.
And Sublimator is now one of your sponsors?
We're actually teaming up. We're going to take over American distribution for them. It's kind of a big deal for them to have handed that down to us, but I think we're going to rise up to the challenge. A lot of what we do is really going around and talking about cannabis to a group of people that doesn't understand it the way our generation does. I was born in 79. I'm old enough to understand what it was like to live under prohibition, and I know what it's like to try and decriminalize yourself. These guys have literally grown up in a climate of tolerance, and they don't get the road that we've come down. So to be able to get a couple thousand kids in one spot and talk to them about pot for 90 minutes is a big fucking deal. And if I have to cuss to do it, then that's not a problem by me.
Then so be it.
Now, you're coming out of Washington State?
We're based out of Tacoma, Washington, between Debs here.
That's tasty.
So you're enjoying legal marijuana there?
We really are.
What's that taste like?
Kind of in the shadow of Colorado, but we were having a lot of fun out there. That was nice. What was it? OG.
I like that one.
Skunk Afghani.
Yep, skunk Afghani. Right. It's just a variance in terpene profiles, really. But you got to think, all variants of dogs came from 5 variations of wolf. So all these little minor changes in the breeding have really brought about some really big changes in the overall structure of the plant and the nuances.
Oh, yeah. And thanks to prohibition, we've had a long time to mess around with it.
Yeah, and now we're breeding for CBD. That would have never happened before. No one wants pot that doesn't get you high until you get some medical research and establish some validity behind it.
I don't know. I've smoked CBD pot, got me high.
It does have that's kind of the misnomer. I don't want to ruin that. I'm going to propagate the myth that you can't get high off CBD. Don't ruin that. Utah will take away their CBD legislature, right?
What do you think of that rosin?
Ooh, I actually love rosin tech, and here's why. It is a lot cheaper and safer for them to go out and steal their sister's flat iron and make some dab as opposed to open blasting for $40 and blowing themselves up and making it on Channel 7 News. So they can literally go out and try what they're seeing on the internet and achieve something that's fairly similar to regular dab and without all the danger. So for me, it's a great way for them to do that. Yeah, I'm pro rosin. I don't think it's going to endanger BHO in any way because it's not the same product, but it's interesting.
Not the death of BHO, but it's pretty nice stuff.
Yeah, it's probably more likely to be a gateway to BHO than anything else.
Right.
And your sister hates it.
Rosin is a gateway drug. You heard it here first, kids.
A gateway to straighter hair.
Right?
Well, I guess to curly hair.
All these girls are like, now I know why my flat iron is gone.
They're all walking around with their hair all curly now. And
Her hair's really straight, but it smells like weed.
I like to smell like weed.
Dual purpose, right?
no, it's another interesting process that's come along in search of fun stuff with marijuana. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're testing wax. They're saying in the news that wax can be 99% THC. But what the fuck? If that was the
assault
case,
at that point. When you get down to that level. And I've had it. It looks like cocaine, and it comes in a little vial like cocaine, and it's a white powder like cocaine, and it tastes awful. So for me, if that's what it takes to get it, then it's not worth it.
No, they don't know anything about it, really. People have a lot of conjecture, but there's not been much science applied to this, other than from our side of the fence, which is a lot of conjecture, really. Nobody really knows the relationship between THC, CBD, and all the other fucking cannabinoids that are in there.
We just started having access to real laboratories where we can get that kind of feedback.
That's right.
Once there's feedback in the loop, then we can make these fine adjustments, and we can start to breed for CBD and isolate THCA. And
Well, the pharma's going to do that.
well, yeah, that's
They'll
what's
rip
coming.
that thing apart as the second they can, and they'll take that part of it and run with it.
That's legalization chapter 2.
The rest of us will just grow for
when
good
the
weed.
feds come.
Right? I don't know. We'll just have a chance to grow good weed then, without the pressures of being caught doing it, right?
I
And
think
having to
what-
grow Kush. People
What's
will start
coming
growing
next-
Congo.
In the states, is the feds giving each state the right to choose. the same way alcohol is done. There's still counties in the South that are dry counties, don't allow alcohol. So once the feds give the states rights to choose, you'll see these big Republican investment firms come in and spend money that traditionally has been scared off because of the federal regulations. And that's when we're all in trouble potentially.
Well, as long as I can grow for myself, I think is the key to it. That's all I really care about at the end of the day in legalization, because I know that, whoever big time is going to come in and try to take over, right? But we know marijuana. Now, if I open a shop selling marijuana, I'm going to know the best growers there are, because I know them already, right? And we know the quality that is actually available to us and the potential thereof. The people who are growing weed now, they're still worried about yield and getting it fast.
And that's where the free market system kicks in.
Yeah.
When you have the better product at a better price, then the market will gravitate to you.
So I'm not too sure that big fucking tobacco, I don't believe that big tobacco's even interested, quite frankly, but any big company. There's been many of them come forward and said they're going to corner the market. I'm going to be the next McDonald's. We're going to be the next fucking Walmart of marijuana. And they won't. They just won't, because they don't know anything about marijuana. Right? They're not. It's guys
penny
like you
stocks
and me
and all this
who've
weird
been
stuff we've seen.
underground fucking looking at marijuana, and fucking we've been doing all this work. We've been doing all those searching. We've been doing all the whatever. All the breeding. None of this is fucking has anything to do with Imperial Tobacco. Right? They're going to go run out and try to find Romulan and shit, and guys are going to rip them off, and they're going to grow shitty weed, and nobody will buy it. Right? So
Well, good. That's their barrier to entry, and that's what we need.
That's what I'm looking forward to. So I'm not afraid of these big companies, quite frankly, of them coming forward and thinking that they're going to take it away from me. Right? Armies of the world, all the police forces of the world have not been able to take it away from us. And we've hidden all our seeds because they've been trying to take it away from us. Nobody else has ever done that. All the seeds are hidden. So who the fuck's going to come in? Is Monsanto going to come in? No. We've hidden our seeds. We don't get them from the fucking co-op. Right? So no, we're in no danger. And we're ahead of the curve, I think. But I'm glad to meet you and know that you're hooked up with the Sublimator crew and helping them out around the world. Yeah. And that you could stop by and visit with us today.
It's an honor to be on the show. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Jonah Tacoma from Dab Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So,
I saw that, Rose. I was like, whoa, she's got
Rick
some
and Dab.
fucking long time. Holy shit. Yeah, girl.
Yeah, I'm back.
So there are a few celebrities that are coming out of the woodwork this early to endorse that they're going to get into the marijuana biz. People like Willie Nelson, he's announced plans to open a chain of marijuana stores in states that are legal. Melissa Etheridge announced plans to produce a cannabis wine. Yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Why are they mixing cannabis with alcohol? I don't get it.
Who else is out there? Bob Marley's crew. They're gonna market.
And smoke a joint.
Yeah.
Why do you gotta put the cannabis in the fucking beer?
Rose, this just in. Tommy Chong's got a new book. What's his book about?
He recently gave a joint to the mayor for the key to the city. Someplace in Europe, I don't know. It was funny.
That's funny. So, news about Tommy Chong. But Bob Marley's family, too, they're out there going to market a strain of marijuana or several. And Wiz Khalifa, right? He's out there. He's got Khalifa Kush.
Khalifa's Kush, eh?
Yeah. So I looked it up. Couldn't find much up about it, but pretty sure
It's a skunk Afghan.
Skunk Afghani.
Cross Afghani.
So that's what Willie will have. Willie Nelson's already got a strain named after him, which is fucking killer. And he won't sell it. Probably. He'll sell Kush.
That's actually a reefer man strain.
It is. And it's very nice.
It
Got a lot
is.
of sativa in the mix.
It's
I
got
like
the,
it a
It's
lot.
got the Vietnamese black in there, I think.
Oh, really?
It's the backbone of that.
Ciao.
See you later. I'm fairly sublimated. So what's going on in the chat? Mr. Cookie is smoke, toke.
None of
Nice.
us are smoking anything. I think I need to.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, we're getting distracted here with no... Oh, I got a joint rolled that I forgot to light. Huh? So 420...
Typical.
420's coming up around the corner here in Vancouver.
Excited.
We're expecting massive turnout, and we be taking over the downtown core.
Like always.
It's funny, you know, for all the years that we've done it. Last year was the first time that we ever got together with the city, and who knew? Like, we were down inside the grounds, which was fucking packed all these years. But the city, I never knew that we also took over many blocks in quite a few directions from the site, and pretty much shut down the SkyTrain because of the massive numbers of people coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really awesome to hear. So
No shame.
Civil disobedience.
Yes. Oh,
we've forced the closure of major metropolitan shopping malls. And we do it without anyone's permission. So it's been quite a ride, I gotta say. And we expected it's going to be massive this year. We met with the city a couple times. They're in a really awkward. They just won't accept the position that they're in, really. Like, they're in a position where they cannot possibly sanction anything that we do or anything that we suggest, because it's a fucking non-sanctioned event by the city, and they work for the city sanctioning events. So they can't go, okay, well, that sounds like a good idea to put that stage there. They have to say no. No matter what you say, they have to say no. And you go, well, okay, I get it.
Well, we're gonna do it anyways.
But why did you call us here if you just want to do that? So, yeah, we got radios, we got fucking safety, we know the rules, we've done it before. See ya next year, because not one of those people actually attend. The cops and the fire guys do, but now the rest of them don't. The people who made these decisions say yes or no about what we should do don't attend and have never attended. So here we have local fucking, I don't know, what are they? City councilors? No. They work for the city. Yeah, they work for the city, paid for by the city, special events manager, who does not attend the event that she's saying yes or no about anything. You go, wow, really? Is that the way it is with everything you do? Yeah, who's never attended the event either.
Useless. That's what they are.
Then, okay, we won't show up.
Well, that's kind of what we always had to edge towards, going, okay, well, we don't care. But I think what I took away from it is that we should just do what we want, because it's better to be forgiven than ask for permission,
I like that motto.
as David Malmo Levine has coined all these years. So, and I think it works better for their program too, because then they have not signed on and they go, well, I didn't say they could do it, right? If they said, yeah, that's a good idea, and we put up a thing that fell down, then we would say, well, she said we could do it. Right? That's not going to happen. So it's a fucking weird thing. It is the weirdest thing ever.
Yet it still happens. Isn't that crazy?
I took the occasion to point that out to them too. It's so unique here. Like, come on, what the fuck? Still, 25,000 people are about to descend on downtown. What do you want to do with them? But it's going to be big time, big fun. The weather's been fabulous here in Vancouver. It is springtime and sunny. I'm hoping for that day. So if you can possibly get here, it's worth it. Let me tell you. I'll be on stage all day as the MC on the main stage. Adam Bowen, Noel, I think Dana Larson's going to be MC on the second stage, wherever that's going to be. Adam Bowen will be there doing the music, and we got lots and lots of bands and acts ready to go. A few details to do, but probably just like last time. So, fun. Looking forward to that.
I get really, really, really high on 420. I look
Yes,
forward
everyone
to it.
gets
I don't
high.
get any higher all year round than I do on 420. And it's such an amazing feeling. I have the best sleep that night. I eat so much food. Like, all the different flavors.
Yeah,
like,
I gotta-
man, honestly, I love it. I personally love it. I don't know why I get more higher on that day. Might be because I'm at 420, you know, for how many hours with constant joints being passed to me, but
It's all the edibles.
I don't do edibles though. It's, yeah, I just smoke. And I get so fucking high and I love it. I'm just sailing. Like,
Everybody sitting here at these tables today will be on stage. Al will be playing on stage at some point.
Yes,
Both
yes.
stages, I suspect, and Rose will be playing too. So
my peanuts in the building. Just saying.
pretty good. How are you doing? So yeah, that's going to be just such a blast, and that's only in a few more days.
It's true.
So
Really,
excited.
like
Yay.
things happen fast.
Less than 2 weeks.
So what else is going on?
I don't know. Working lots actually. That's all I do. I just work. Make
I
money.
just
I
work.
just work. I work and then I see my friends. That's my main thing that I like to do. I was thinking of going and seeing my dad in Mexico, but it's really unsafe to go there. So I really don't want to go. Like, as much as I want to see my dad, it's like, I don't really want to, like, the police are corrupt, everyone's corrupt.
Take Danny
I don't
Trejo
wanna
with
die
you.
going and visiting my deadbeat dad. Fuck that. I'll go on a different vacation. Somewhere fun.
Yeah, you don't want to get into the kind of the rough side of life
He's
in
not,
Mexico.
like on a resort or anything, right? He's like in Guadalajara, which is inland. It's nowhere near the beaches.
Yeah,
It's just
that
dangerous.
was where the
Well,
very
I
first
suggest
cartel
Tenerife.
started.
It's a great place.
Yeah?
Huh?
Yeah, Tenerife. I suggest it. Don't go to Mexico.
Yeah, go to
You can
the
leave
Canary
suggestions on
Islands.
the Kush Queen page for where I should go instead of Mexico if you'd like.
So what else is going on up there?
Who's smoking what out there?
Yeah, what's everyone smoking on?
Yeah, what skunk Afghani crosses are you guys all smoking today?
Kush? Anything else? Peanuts?
Almond peanuts, nice.
Salsa?
Haven't heard of these strains.
I've never heard of these strains. Really, though. I'm like,
Salsa.
Just puffing down on some salsa.
just,
You know,
you know.
I just
usual
stick it in my
peanut.
bong, whatever, man. Don't judge.
Hey.
Really? Two joints are coming at me in a wave. So here's the thing. Speaking of peanuts, almonds on Walnut Street in Boulder.
Wow, that was good.
That was a good segue, I thought.
That was a really good segue.
Walnut Street was briefly evacuated. The area around the downtown station in Boulder was shut down this morning after police received a report of a suspicious device that turned out to be a bong.
Not a bomb.
Not a bomb, but a bomb.
The security found what he thought looked like a pipe bomb. Pipe bomb. Yeah. He described the object as a foot-long plastic pipe that was capped at both ends. Police were called, and they determined it was some kind of either marijuana storage or marijuana smoking device. There was some marijuana in it. So, the fear shut down Boulder City. Yeah. But it's not the first time it's happened. The area around the transit center has been evacuated due to a report of a suspicious package. Yeah, they're a little paranoid,
Like
eh?
that, yeah.
How the fuck? What is a suspicious package?
Suspicious.
Nobody ever in the history of fucking ever has left something in a bus station. Have they? No, they've never. No one's ever forgotten anything in
rare
a bus
occurrence.
station, whether it's a bong or a package or a fucking suitcase. They evacuate the downtown because somebody left a suitcase at the fucking bus station. There's a bus in the bus station. Shut down the city.
It's been parked there all day.
Yeah, it hasn't moved.
It hasn't moved. It must be a bomb. Quick, evacuate the city. Fuck.
That building over there, it's been there for fucking days.
Hasn't even
It's
moved.
gonna blow up. Evacuate.
I think it's working with that tree.
No, there was a story that circulated around last week and into this week too about Canada's first branded marijuana company opens in Vancouver. And it turned out to be Crop King Seeds.
Branded.
Yeah.
We're like, oh.
So it really seems to me that branding has kind of been a little bit overused. Actually, branding turns out to mean, oh, I put my name on it. Right? Like, I don't know, branding always kind of meant that you were developing a fucking market for your brand, but nah. There's just people putting their name on stuff now. And I'm not too
I love being
sure.
Kush Queen. I just get joint after joint.
But, yeah. I think Mark Emery would have been the first branded marijuana company in Vancouver. Huh? But the news, like, I don't know. I'll bet the person who wrote that article doesn't even know that Mark exists. Or that cannabis culture is here. They just were fed a story by somebody, probably Crop King, who is a pretty good self-promoter. So, yeah, on and on it goes. But here was a funny story from Oregon. An Oregon mother says she got more than she bargained for when she picked up an Easter gift for her toddler in the clearance section of a local Walmart. Christina said she found 3 bags of marijuana stuffed inside the Smart Shot Sports Center toy.
Score! This story was out last year too.
Nice.
No, that was from Target.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. That was Target giving away weed. Walmart.
Target,
now,
not Walmart.
now it's Walmart. This, of course, is according to a police spokesman. Now, the toy is for children around the ages of 1 and 2. Just around the ages of 1 and 2, it said. How much leverage is there around 1 and 2? There's only 3. Like, really, there's only 3. If it's not for a 3-year-old, they would have said it was for a 3-year-old. So it's not really for around ages. It's just for 1 and 2.
Yeah, I see a 2-year-old and a dog mixture. Stuffy.
Can't argue with that. That's as
They don't think
logical
we're
as an
paying
induction
attention,
can get.
actually. But this game, actually, is a fucking, like, a play school basketball court. That's what it is, with little balls to throw on the hoop for a 1-year-old or 2-year-old.
Or 2.
Yeah. But in my mind, it's the only time in their life that they'll ever have a chance to do that, because as they grow larger, the hoop gets further and further away. Until you abandon basketball forever, because you're not tall enough. I've seen hundreds, and I pay attention as I will go around into the city. I see hundreds of abandoned basketball nets in people's yards. Their front yards, backyards. Eventually, they will become abandoned. Yeah, because it's no fun. It's really no fun. And if it is fun, it's in an organization with teams, and all of the guys are way taller than you, and you don't get to play. So, it's not fun in your backyard for long. But, so
everybody pick up street hockey instead of basketball.
well, keep shopping at Walmart, I think, is the message here. You're going to get some weed out
You
of
could
it.
get a few free ounces with your teddy bear.
Yeah.
Or your game or whatever it is.
So the lady told them that she assembled this item for her toddler, which had to be 1 or 2. She found some parts were missing, but left behind.
All of the leaf and the main stalk.
But left behind in the box were clear plastic bags of what she said was marijuana. She said, "I was shocked at first."
What if it was oregano?
What if it was part of the game?
Yeah.
She said,
What if the
"What
game
if it was
called
her own
Score?
weed?"
Got
Yeah.
busted. Now she's like, I just
there
found
you
it
Or
in
maybe her
there.
kid. You know, it could
was
be
her-
her kid. No,
It was her kid's
don't,
weed.
don't rule
Generous
about
mom giving
don't
a
rule
bag
out the
to
1
another
or
generous
2-year-old,
mom.
right?
In need.
This is how
Possible.
1 and 2-year-olds are moving weed across the country, folks. It's a giant
There's a
network.
of them.
Eh?
They're getting it into
Of
daycares
toddlers.
across North America. It's an epidemic.
Study on toddlers.
Yeah. THC toddlers, they're calling themselves.
Oh my gosh.
But Christina said, "I was shocked at first. I would love a drug-free gift for Easter."
It's you actually
That's
know
what she
THC
said.
is the toddler Hasbro cartel. It's true. True story.
Hasbro cartel. Now here's a story that seemed close to home, but it turns out it wasn't. The headline reads that a New Brunswick woman carried 3 pounds of marijuana in a backpack, cops say.
So what's the big deal?
What do I care?
It's
how
actually
she
just a
carried
thing.
it?
That article is a thing on cops. What cops say,
Yeah.
and that's just one of the things that
Yeah.
cops say. It's true.
Now, I don't know. It was a little confusing. I was trying to figure out where this was, but a New Brunswick woman was arrested last week after she was found to be carrying more than 3 pounds worth of marijuana in her backpack. Again, they mentioned the backpack. Poor Amaryllis was arrested last Wednesday in the parking lot of the Whispering Woods development. Shouldn't be dealing weed out of a place that has
Whispering Woods, man.
Whispering
We'll
Woods
rat you out
in the
every time.
name. Yeah. The people living there will be talking about you.
And
Whispering.
so will the woods.
Turns out they were. Police had kept development under surveillance after neighbors reported suspicious
I
activity.
bet you it was that nosy spruce.
Yeah. People were being dropped off by vehicles. Just, that's creepy, eh? Probably nobody
In
even
a parking
driving
lot.
a vehicle.
This was a parking lot.
The people would stay only a few minutes, then leave the area. None of the residents recognized the people being dropped off as being local residents. So, yeah, they were whispering. I looked up the place. There's 542 units in there. Nobody recognized them anyway. They all said, eh? But the chief of police said it's tips from the community and good police work that stopped this drug dealing. Good police work. Eh? He said the unusual activity observed by residents in the connection with undercover surveillance led to the capture of the drug dealer.
I love the way they just word everything.
And, as it turns out, wasn't even here in Canada. It was actually, I don't know, it was weird because it turns out that is in South Brunswick, New Jersey. But she was a New Brunswick woman that was caught. I don't know. I'm confused.
Maybe New Brunswick is an area of South Brunswick.
Maybe it is.
It's quite possible.
Now, here's a kind of a goofy thing. In Colorado, they transportation of marijuana companies are springing up, right? They here's one called Canna Rabbit.
Canna Rabbit.
Hey, they're people who are trucking marijuana around the state, and this guy says we don't want to be going through a small town and have somebody see bins in the back. We do not want to stick out at all, said the owner of Canna Rabbit. Now, he didn't feel that way, or no, the secrecy in his mind is designed to ensure the safety of drivers shuttling cargo that retails for as much as $220 an ounce. They're afraid to drive around with marijuana in a van.
So get a sedan.
Right? Like, look at the size of the fucking Coors trucks that you see out there on the highway that proudly fucking display their Coors beer on the side of it. This truck is filled with beer. No one stops them. No one tries to steal it. Because it's easy enough to go buy beer at the fucking corner store. You can only carry a 6-pack anyway. Right, it's hard. Nobody's going to steal the marijuana, you fucking idiots. They come up with this shit to make their stupid Canna Rabbit company and say that we're needed and it's necessary and you got to use us. And you go, man, all you got is a white van. What the fuck do I need? Why can't I drive a white van? I'll rent one. Every van that you can ever rent is white. Unmarked. Drive the marijuana to the store.
Maybe just not use a van at all.
No.
Maybe like some nondescript person in a taxi cab. With a backpack full of weed.
Backpack.
Not in Brunswick.
Don't do it in Brunswick.
No.
No, not anywhere
there's
near
suspicion of
Whispering
people with
Pines
backpacks.
condo.
No, stay the fuck out of Whispering Pines with your backpacks and your weed.
Here's a hint. Don't sell weed out of a condo. Because all the people who live in condos are like the people in Whispering Pines.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
They
though.
all are like that. They want to know what you're doing and get you the fuck out. Is what everyone wants. Right? Somehow. Because they own that little block inside that other big block. Right?
That's so
You just
annoying.
don't get a lawn. Hey, that's just me.
Just a thought, you know.
Well, yeah.
So, Rose and I decided to go for dinner last night, and in the neighborhood there's a culinary college.
Ooh.
I don't know what it's called. VCC, which means nothing to me. Vancouver Community College. And they have a chef program in there with a dining room. And they actually, you can get a really good meal for cheap. So we've been living around here for a couple of years and certainly have known about it our whole lives here. And last night we decided to go. So we burst out onto the street, head up the hill, and there, it's right there actually.
You can see it.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's the
Oh,
other
You can
side
right
of
see
the
there.
the college right there.
Cool.
200 chefs standing on the
All
lawn
the
at
chef.
park.
The chefs are all standing outside surrounded by fire trucks.
Oh, the one time.
So there's
you
no
like
creme
to
brulee
go.
today, is there?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
times a year the chefs try to burn down the school? Like,
How many times has this happened already?
Well, having worked across from, it does happen fairly regularly. I don't know.
The park looks really nice, full of blankets
Oh, yeah,
and
they're-
people sitting out
Oh,
there.
they're all in
It's-
chef's hat and full whites and stuff.
Oh, I
It's
mean,
quite a
right now.
funny thing to see. Oh, yeah.
Right now, it's so nice. I haven't seen it like that yet this year.
The drug dealing that's going on.
know, it's
You can
just so
see it all.
beautiful.
It's a beautiful day.
they haven't been out there for a while.
Yeah, you can see the weed dealers for miles. It's so clear.
Oh, yeah. They'll be wearing like a weed pattern sweater or something. That's how they do it around here.
So, hope everybody's okay in the chat. There's still a bunch of them. I see it's been going on. But, I don't know.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
We're glad that you tuned in and that you joined the chat. And
Glad everyone's here today.
yes,
Hasn't been all of us for
No, it's been a while, couple months.
we're back to
Yeah,
full strength.
Totally.
Yep.
And
Higher
we'll
energy.
work on getting more microphones and cable.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on getting less flu as well.
Huh?
We're gonna work on getting less flu.
Yeah, it's been fucking brutal, this
Yeah.
flu, or whatever it is. I don't know. But
Wasn't me. He had a flu before I showed up.
everyone's pointing fingers here.
I showed
Yeah,
up to
so-
visit Greg, and he was already sick.
Me, I take no responsibility
And I was sick
for
the
a
week before,
fucking...
so.
I take no responsibility for something that's in the world.
Yep.
None.
I
It's
definitely
got
caught mine
me
in Spain,
now,
though.
But still having a blast. Hope you guys all are too. Welcome back, Al.
Thanks.
Glad to have you here last night at Jam Night. Don't forget to
Oh,
come
fuck, it
down
was
on
fun,
Tuesday.
man.
It fucking
was
rocked.
jam
I
yesterday.
haven't been in so long. I really got to stop by.
Yeah, we had
It's been a while.
It
It
was
wasn't a-
very good time.
not a lot of people in the house, so it was tight. Rose did a couple songs, and fucking everybody rocked in
I
those.
heard
In
Kayla
those,
did hula hooping last Tuesday.
Kayla hoop the hula, for
That is
that's for
fucking
sure.
Wicked. I love
Yeah.
that.
Gonna get
That
her to
is
do it
so
at 420.
Fucking right, Sam.
Yeah, perfect,
Awesome.
just for the corner of the stage,
She's a really good
whenever she
hula
wants to. Yeah, it's fun. So, oh yeah,
She should be on stage at 420.
yeah, we'll get her out there. So yeah, glad the Queen was in the house and that you're
Good to be here. Thanks for
happy
having
and
me.
healthy and
Yep.
everything's good for you.
Yeah. Feeling good. Feeling happy. Loving the weather. Glad everyone's back.
Thanks to Jer and Rose for showing up, even though we couldn't let them be heard. They had such good things to say, too. Well, so yeah, we're going to get out of here. I'm Marijuana Man. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be here next week. And peace and pod. See you then.